Ty, you guys just lost, but how would you evaluate the entire seasons? Getting James, getting Russ to go to take a role off the bench, dealing with Kawhi's injuries up and down. How would you view this in light of the season's over now?
I just view it as a great opportunity. You know, acquiring James, getting James here, a guy that can pass the basketball, make it easier for our other guys. So PG and Kawhi don't have to do all the lifting offensively. So acquiring James, like I said, it took us a little time to figure it out and how we wanted to play, rotations, getting guys in the right spots. And once we figured it out, like we had a really great stretch. Going 26-5. After that, we had some injuries, guys, in and out, minute restrictions, stuff like that. Kind of killed our flow. But then I thought, towards the end of the season, we got that back. And, just, it's always the what if, and so I give our guys credit, like I said, for just sticking with it through all the ups and downs and all those the negative scrutiny and all the things that they went through this season. But to come back and do what we did and like I said, finish fourth in the West in a tough Western Conference, and having to go into a series again, shorthanded. And so I give our guys a lot of credit, for the scrap and and not just give, like I said, the Clippers opportunity. For me, having an opportunity to have these guys and work with them every day, and they put the work in, and we got better, And so, tip your hats off to Dallas. They played a hell of a series. J Kidd and Duds and Sweeney, they had these guys prepared. Like they had a game plan, a really good game plan. They stuck to it. They executed it. And like I said, J Kidd did a hell of a job, And so when you come into a hostile environment like this, you can't give up 18 offensive rebounds. You got to secure those balls and hit bodies, in which we talked about coming into the series. And then I just thought, in that first half, I thought Zoo was dead, after he had to play 22 minutes in the first half just to kind of get back in the game. We were down 13, and PG and James as well playing 22 minutes. It caught up with us, and you saw that, in the third quarter and, into the fourth that, we just ran out of gas, and so Kyrie, excellent performance in the second half, only having 2 at halftime, ended up with 28. I thought we did a good job mixing up our coverages, with Luka trying to keep him off balance. But overall, like I said, I'm proud of my guys, and I'm happy. I was happy, for the opportunity, and I'm happy to work the guys put in to get to this point.
After you touched on some of this, but after getting some stops and buckets to tie things up at the half, what was that biggest difference, particularly in that third quarter, to go down?
Came out, had 3 out of 4 bad possessions, turned the ball over. They got a couple easy ones in transition, and we just wasn't sharp, offensively, which allowed them to get out in transition, get a couple steals, get a couple easy baskets, and then they went up 8, and they kind of had the momentum from there.
I think Kyrie had 15 at the end of the third and then ended the game with 30. What was so hard about defending him, particularly behind the arc?
We didn't do a good job. We didn't do a good job. We understand that, Luka's gonna get his. He's gonna, if you double team and blitz him, he's gonna pick you apart. And we just figured that, the guy we wanted to try to take out of the series was Kyrie. And we had him in the half court. We did a good job, but in the second half, this game, I think, like I said, J Kidd did a great job of just giving him space, letting him play one-on-one. We're supposed to be firing, trying to get the ball out of his hands, but he's so quick and shifty. He was able to reject, get baseline, which we was firing from the middle. And so it was tough on us, And so, Kyrie's a special player. I've always said that, and has no offensive weaknesses. He can do everything on the floor. And, he had a really big second half to propel his team to a win.
You mentioned what if again, and that's one thing you've always said, like, hey, when we have our guys healthy, we haven't lost a series yet. This year you guys took a different approach. I mean, you didn't load manage, you guys worked hard, you did all the conditioning, everything. Is there anything in your head that you can think of what can I do to just have this
I'm going back to load management. No, I mean, our guys, man, like I said, start training camp, our guys really had in their mind and had a mindset that, we're going to take this season serious. We're going to play until we're hurt and we can't play. And so I give our guys credit, PG and Kawhi, that's the most they played since they've been here since, I guess, the first year or whatever. But, those guys played every night, and so we needed that. We needed the chemistry. We needed those guys to be on the floor. And so they did that for us. And so, It's unfortunate that we ain't the only team that's going through it. There's a lot of teams that, have their players out and their best players out. And so that's no excuse. Like you said, we had 3 weeks to prepare and play without Kawhi. We knew how we wanted to play. We knew the format. We had the blueprint. And, even as hard as it is, our guys did a good job of fighting through it, and like I said, they're a great team. They've been playing really, really, really good since the trade, and we knew it was going to be a tough series. But in my heart, I thought we could win this series, and unfortunately, we came up short.
It was reported today that the franchise is looking to sign you to a long-term extension. Do you expect to be here long-term?
I hope so. I hope so. Like, I didn't come here to bounce around and go all over the place. And Mr. Balmer, Lawrence, Mark, Trent, Gillian, they've all been great to me, and this is where I want to be, and hopefully they feel the same way, and so no better, I haven't had a better experience, since I've been here. Mr. Balmer showed me a lot of different things that I wouldn't be privy to if I wasn't here, and Lawrence being an ex-coach who actually knows the game, who actually can talk, basketball, offense and defense, and understand the game, and so that's really good for me as well. Trent Redden, who I was in Cleveland, I won a championship with, so we have a great relationship. And Mark Hughes, he actually coached me when I was in Orlando when he was with Doc, and so just having a great relationship with the owner, with the front office, it's great. And so, I would love to be here long term.
Just your thoughts on the Lakers kind of rumored that your name is bouncing around for their next head coaching position. Obviously, you have time left here. Your overall thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't really have a comment on that. I mean, it's great to be wanted. That's a really good feeling. But like I said, I want to be here, and hopefully we're able to solidify that.
What did you tell your guys in the locker room after the game was over? How do you try to get them to process this losing this series?
I never talk after the game, BT. But Mr. Balmer came in and had some kind words to say, and I talk to these guys once we get away from the game. It's tough when you lose a series and your season's over. They're probably not even paying attention. A lot of guys' heads are down. A lot of guys are disappointed. Whenever your season's over. But I'm proud of our guys. Like I said, I'm proud. Like I said, Kawhi and PG, the amount of games they played all year, taking it serious in training camp, taking it serious throughout the course of the season. And, like I said, unfortunately, injuries happen. That's a part of the game. That's no excuse. And like I said, give Dallas all the credit. They had a great game plan, and J. Kidd did a hell of a job.
Talked about Steve and how much you admire him. What did that mean for you, everyone, to have him come in to talk to the guys, even if they were?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, you have the 10th, eighth, 7th, 8th richest man in the world, and he's a real fan. Like, he's a real fan. Like, he treats us like family. He actually genuinely cares, about each individual. And we've seen that time and time again, And so when you have an owner that, really respects who you are, as not as a basketball player, but as a person and who you are, that means a lot. Not just putting you on a basketball court and say, okay, you work for me. Like, he really genuinely cares about each individual. He cares about the wins. He's fired up. He's passionate about it. And so that's what I love, the most about Mr. Balmer. He treats everyone as equals.
You've gone through a series tie now against them and seeing Kyrie in this stage of his career. What's different about his game and playing alongside
He's very, very patient. You couldn't get this Kyrie when I had him, 2016. He was a flat-foot killer. Like, he wants to kill you every moment, every second. But now you can see, like, he's just letting the game come to him. Are y'all going to blitz me? I'm going to get off the ball, make the right play. Okay, the game's getting out of reach, then I'm going to take over and be aggressive offensively. And so he's really figured out how to pick his spots, when to be aggressive, when to make plays. And he's never rushed on the floor. Great poise, great patience. And we all know he can score at a high level.
You said that you want to be back. You know that the injuries has been a factor this year, previous years. What does this team need to do based off of what you've seen with this team that they need to be better at coming into next season, getting through next season?
I don't know, Law. Injuries are part of the game. You can't really control that. I liked our mindset. Like I said, training camp was unbelievable. Coming out of that training camp, I felt really good. Then we acquired James, which was a great, acquisition. Picking James up, really helped our team. We had to change the way we played. We had to kind of, the things we did in training camp was different than when we got James, and so we just kind of changed some things. But for me, like I said, I'm proud of the guys, and I mean, there's nothing I would correct. Like we did what we had to do. We fought through a lot of adversity, and we got to this point, and just unfortunately, we ended up shorthanded.
What are opportunities for the team to be better, even if it requires something external?
Say it again.
What would you say are opportunities for the team to be better, even if it requires something that isn't existing on the team right now?
I like our team.
Last question. You've been through a lot these last couple of years, basketball, non-basketball, just mentally maybe a bit too close to the game to answer this, but just where are you as far as like, just personally being able to go through another season after the last couple of years that you've been through?
You said what? To get through another season with next year, or talking about this?
Coming up, like after the last couple of seasons that you've had, just where are you?
Okay.
I'm in a great place. Yeah, I'm in a great place. This was a good year. I mean, this year made me a better coach. No doubt. Having a team with 4 future Hall of Famers, 4 guys who've been #1 options on their teams, and getting those guys to trust, believe, sacrifice. It was good. It was good for me. A lot more talking than I really had to do in the past. A lot more meetings. But overall, man, I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Like outside of the early ending. But overall, it was a good year for me. I like the guys we have in the locker room. They respect me. I respect them. And I feel really good, Tomer. So yeah, I'm ready to move on to next season and get better. Yeah.
Fortunate.
Chào mừng đến với Bình Nguyên Vô Tận. Cả đội xông lên.
The bull only talks with his hooves.
First blood.
Oh, come on, guys. I'm getting branded.
An enemy has been defeated. An ally has been defeated.
But never.
Enemy double kill.
Lại đây nào.
Just woke up, and I'm already angry.
Enemy ultimate. Enemy double kill. Your tower has been destroyed. You have been defeated. Aced.
Nasi Shunimen Hoshomeden Viroshunu. Watch my horns!
Enemy bloodbath.
Kodo Namen Suzukuzi.
Our base is under attack.
Shut down.
Who do I have to smash for a pair of sweet kicks?
Double kill. An ally has been defeated.
The Monkey King's my purest.
An enemy has been defeated. An ally has been defeated.
Our base is under attack.